We help entrepreneurs, investors, communities grow companies of significance. We get behind entrepreneurs, builders, innovators, and we connect a community of mentors and resources, capital for startups, customers to support growth, to those with the courage to grow the next great business in Kansas and beyond. Ready to support, invest, and grow? Be a part of the next us.
See, I knew that would do it. Welcome, everyone, to the nextest party of the day, the Next Stage 2022 Community Health and Vibrancy Pilot Competition, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas. This is our innovation showcase, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll tolerate me here at the beginning for just a moment, and then we will have exciting pitch videos from our 12 finalists, and then you're going to hear who won this competition, and then we'll close it back out with some more time to network and talk. So we're going to have a couple of unusual things about the event, but I'll get to that in a moment. But first I want to do something very traditional, but also very, very necessary. I want to welcome some very special guests and thank the folks that have supported this program, today's event, and what you're about to see unroll before you. So first of all, my name is Mary Beth Jarvis. I'm the Executive Director of Nextus. I help run the Next Stage programs for startups. On behalf of Josh Oetting, our President and CEO of Nextus, I want to welcome you here. Thank you for taking your time, joining us here in the air conditioning, grooving out to some good music, watching some amazing innovators show their stuff and offer their great solutions to the state of Kansas to help improve population health and strengthen community vibrancy and help our communities across the state, whether those be rural, urban, or suburban, grow and find their way to the next era, our next us together. As the video said, we at Nextus work to build companies of significance. And we do that by keeping the entrepreneur at the heart of everything we do. We work to connect them to a supportive community, to capital, and to customers. And it's that latter thing about which today is. It is the holy grail of someone trying to grow a young business, to not just raise some capital or have a great idea or dissemble their team. They need customers. They need folks to believe in and pay for the products and services that they offer. And so what we try to do is serve as a matchmaker between exciting innovators with really promising tools and the forward-thinking community and business organizations in Kansas, because we believe that this state is the perfect place to become a proving ground for tomorrow's technologies. If something is out there making a business stronger, bringing an industry into the next era, or making communities stronger and people healthier, why not prove them out here? Why not lead the way? Couldn't the air capital of the world become the pilot capital of the world? So that's this pilot competition thing. You like that? So that's what we're here to do. We're here to see if communities around Kansas are ready to pilot test, to do innovation projects that will be the rollouts of innovative technologies and see if they can add value today, this year, and increasing in momentum in the coming years in Kansas communities. And we're able to do that thanks to a lot of folks that help make it happen. So I'll say hello and thank you to some of those first. First of all, in addition to Josh Oetting, our President and CEO, we have members of our board here. I know Trish Brasted is here. I know Bill Gardner is here. Thank you so much for your service on our board. We have staff members here, Amber and Ian and Quinn. Raise your hands, guys, as I sort of say who you represent. Thank you. We've got members of a group that helps us navigate around the community and grow our programs, our program advisors. I've seen Megan and Janice and Miguel and others. Raise your hand if you're a part of that volunteer board that helps us forge into the future. But mostly, the folks that made today possible, we will thank via slide, and one of them will even get a chance to say hello from the microphone. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas is the presenting sponsor for this competition. and is really making all of this possible. Members of the Blue Cross Blue Shield team have been in on this from the beginning, when it was an idea with no name and a concept for helping to improve the health of Kansans and to bring Kansas communities into the future and make them stronger and help them grow. And a benefactor of this program, the head of the Blue Health Initiatives for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas, is their director, Virginia Barnes. I'll ask her to come up and say hello.
Thank you, Mary Beth, and thank all of you for coming today. This is one of those events that's just an incredible joy to sponsor and be a part of, and the NXTS team always makes us feel incredibly welcome. And so I have had the opportunity to be here all week and have the opportunity to meet with the community partners and with our founders, and I am energized and excited because it's been just such an incredible opportunity to feel the energy and understand how well this type of event can bring people together and connect folks to solve health and community problems that we all struggle with regularly. So Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas, as Mary Beth said, has been looking at this for several years and is really excited to be a part of the event and sponsor. 80 years ago, we started serving Kansans with an entrepreneurial spirit with just 3 staff and 8 members, and we've grown to be the largest commercial insurer in the state. And at the core, our very core purpose has always been around quality of life and peace of mind for Kansans. And so in 2016, Blue Health Initiatives was formed to help create healthy, sustainable communities where people live, work, and play to improve quality of life. And we've done that in several ways. First, through our Pathways to a Healthy Kansas initiative, where we do a holistic work with health coalitions across the state to improve health. We sponsor healthy lifestyle pieces, such as Bike Share ICT right here in Wichita. And then we do our Trailblazers event. And so, again, working with NXTS, we knew that Trailblazers, looking at how we can do innovation and improve health and think long-term about how we make healthy, happy communities, we knew this was a perfect fit. So, again, we get to bring our community partners to the table with founders with amazing ideas, and everybody wins. So, again, thank you for letting us be here, and I think we'll see some really exciting opportunities come out of this event.
Thanks so much, Virginia. We have others to thank. The Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation out of Kansas City provided a grant to NXTS, and for the next 3 years, like Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas, they are the underpinning funding that allows us to do this. It costs nothing for the startups that become our finalists to participate, though with plane tickets what they are, maybe it costs you a little. Sorry, guys. And it also doesn't cost anything for our pilot partners to get exposure to this curated group of innovators from around the country. We run this program thanks to the generosity of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas and the Ewing Marion Kaufman Foundation that are behind so many things, entrepreneurial and community building across not only the state of Kansas, but also Missouri, Iowa, and Nebraska. So thanks to them. We have other great sponsors for the program. The Greater Wichita Partnership is a wonderful backer of NXTS and a sponsor of this program. We love that we get to bring entrepreneurs in from around the country, show them the kind of energy and spirit and resources and talent that this community has to expose them to how they could thrive here, not only through the direct work of connecting them with prospective customers, but also through the indirect work of having them see the upside of having friends, having connections, having resources, and having an aim to thrive right here in Kansas. So thanks to the Greater Wichita Partnership. I also want to thank the KU School of Medicine. Their Wichita Medical Practice Association came on board as a sponsor this year, spent some time with the founders this morning, and is here today. So thank you so much, guys, for your physicians group being visible and supporting this amazing innovation effort. Thank you. We've got other supporters that you see here, folks that have bought tables, folks that are behind us with help, and we really appreciate what they bring to the table. Kent Audiovisual, when we're rocking our walk-up songs later, you'll appreciate their mastery. CK Communications, Kara's helpful with all that we do, and we have so many great friends that help us put this together. As a small nonprofit, this is what we need, is a network around the community to get behind our work and support what we do, and we've got that. And could always use more, so thank you so much. The Next Stage program really was born in 2020, and we have made some progress to date, which you can read on that slide. 2020 was a tough year to start, and we had to do everything virtual, but over the last 2 years, we've been able to bring dozens of startups here to see what being on the ground in Kansas feels like, and what it feels like to get to know Kansas communities and Kansas businesses, and we're gonna continue to build momentum going forward. I'm not gonna completely spoil the surprises here, but I will tell you that last year at this event, there were 3 pilots decided upon. 6 ended up being done over the course of the year from our finalists and our pilot partners and our great sponsor, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we're continuing to build on that momentum. So when you run out of fingers later, for how many folks are gonna start innovation projects in this state because of this program, I want you to keep in mind this growth path we're on and the momentum that we're building. So thanks for that. Okay, so now we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna get off the stage, and you're gonna see a series of pitches. These were filmed and edited, so they're tight and they're short, so don't blink, don't miss them. There's 2 things about this little portion of the program that are gonna be different. I mentioned walk-up songs. They're really not. Nobody's gonna walk up. But what we are gonna do is treat them as stand-up songs, because what we're gonna do is let each of these startups show off what they are offering to the state of Kansas, to communities here, to entrepreneurs here, to businesses here. And at the beginning of their video, each of the startups has picked a startup song, or a walk-up song. They're gonna stand up to it. Because what I want you to do, and this is the second thing that's different, you know how the people on the stage, if they see you looking down at their phone, they're like, oh, dude, that's rude. Not here. This is all about connections. This is all about matchmaking. You are in the room because of who you are connected to. And I want your big brains working, and I want your tweeting fingers or your texting fingers active, because when you see these pitches, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, so-and-so totally needs to connect with these guys. So anybody out there that knows how to be a matchmaker, right? Like, who's set up a friend on a date? Who's thought about it and then got and kind of like chickened out? Okay, we want bravery here. We want connectors in the room, active fingers. So those stand-up songs are gonna allow you to know who to come find at the end, and also who to reference as you're deciding who around the state you need to connect them to. Fair? It's interactive, people. Okay. So we're gonna start out with, we're gonna do these in groups of 3. So we're gonna have 3 videos to begin with that are short summaries from 3 companies that are attacking, frankly, epidemics in our state. And by that I mean they are really taking at the heart of mental health issues and the scarcity of mental health and appropriate and customized mental health services, and also addiction and substance abuse problems. Every state in the country has them. Kansas is no exception. The numbers in some cases are staggering, and these innovators are going straight at the heart of it to try to solve that problem and move us forward. So let's see them.
Faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make us stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer.
Hi, my name's Nick Mercadante. I'm the founder and CEO of Pursue Care. Pursue Care provides virtual treatment for addiction and mental health conditions. Through our app and platform, we deliver medical care by doctors to treat opioid use disorder and other substance use disorders like alcohol. We provide one-to-one and group counseling and psychiatric care for mental health conditions. But we also have an in-house pharmacy, so we can deliver medications to people who are rurally situated and may have trouble accessing a local pharmacy for their care. We tie everything together through care coordination. Every patient has a one-to-one relationship with a peer support that helps them through their treatment journey. What we found when we started Pursue Care is that lack of access to treatment at common front doors where people go to access care is a pervasive problem, and it stands in the way of lasting recovery. So we work hard to partner and collaborate with community resources, places like hospitals and health systems, community health centers, primary care, even employers and universities can all be starting points on a recovery journey, but frequently lack the type of comprehensive resources that people need in the golden hour when they're looking for treatment. By collaborating with these resources and providing them tools, like a partner portal so that they can triage patients and set them up in our care right on site, and also care coordination, community resources that work right on site with their staff. To do this, we set up our partners with technology, a partner portal to help triage patients, set them up in our treatment right on site. We also provide human resources, on-site care coordination and field case managers that can assist with introducing patients into treatment so that they go home with care in their pocket. What we found is by doing this, that we are increasing engagement from that point of care, and we're keeping patients in treatment longer and giving them a better shot at recovering. We've been able to bring our programs to communities across Kentucky and West Virginia, and now we want to bring them to local communities in Kansas. We think that we can make a difference. We can help people that are struggling with mental health and substance use conditions, and we look forward to setting up those collaborations with you. Thank you.
I'm going to Wichita, far from this opera forevermore.
Hi, my name's Jake Catan. I'm one of the co-founders of Vincere Health. We're the most engaging smoking cessation and behavioral health program in the market for you, our members. I like to start our story with the faces of some of the members that we get to work with every day, because they're the reason that we do what we do. It's a medically complex group. They've got a lot to manage in their lives right now, both physically and financially. Of course, as smokers, they have a few things in common. And today, they have something else in common. They've all quit and reduced their total cost of care by working alongside Vincere Health. Nearly 80% of Americans earn less than $50,000 per year, so this is our group. And I believe that Vincere Health is one of the only companies hyper-focused on innovating, caring, and designing for this population at scale. As leaders in your communities, you know these comorbidities well. Same ones that our members have to manage. What you might not know is it's nearly 10 times more expensive to care for this population than it is for those above $50,000 a year. So we're gonna have to work together to reach this population, won't we? Believe it or not, smoking is still the #1 thing that our members can do to reduce their total cost of care and reduce their risk. We've designed the most sophisticated care platform available for this population. It's incredibly powerful. Automated tooling and behavioral science baked into an almost appless experience. All of our members get a Bluetooth connected sensor. It connects with one click, a mobile app where they can track their mental and behavioral health needs, and a direct line to their coaches. This promotes real-time accountability. Instant financial incentives are released the moment our patients do their breath test. This promotes excellent engagement, of course. And finally, a core component of who we are is our dedicated health coaches. This relationship is crucial because we believe that people make people healthy, and our technology just serves to maximize that impact. To prove that to you, you're gonna get something that looks like this: custom reporting metrics. You'll be able to measure our success every step along the way. Our clinical outcomes, patient engagement scores, and patient satisfaction whenever you'd like it. Finally, we are a dedicated clinical grade solution. Physicians oversee all of the care that our health coaches provide. We've contracted with some of the largest payers and health systems in the space, and we're growing quickly. And I want to be a part of the shift to value in American healthcare. It's why we hold ourselves accountable and why we put our fees at risk. So, if you're a managed care organization, a safety net hospital, a community-based organization, anyone that oversees low-income or blue-collar America, and you want to be a part of changing their lives, please reach out. We've got to get to the rest of the country. Thanks.
And I'm feeling good.
Hello, everybody. My name is Marie Le Sécher, and I'm the founder and CEO of Akessa Health. Every year, 1.5 billion people experience some form of psychological trauma. But most of these people do not get the mental health support they need because of the dire shortage of therapists and the time, the cost, and the stigma still associated with seeking care. 10 years ago, I was happily climbing the corporate ladder around the world until some long-forgotten childhood trauma surfaced and derailed my career. And suddenly, I was one of those 1.5 billion people. Unlike some of my relatives who committed suicide because of unhealed trauma, I was fortunate to find therapies that saved my life. And while researching those, I realized that the brain, similarly to a bone that can repair itself after a fracture, has an innate self-funding potential. And so, to address the issue of access to care, I launched Akessa Health to help people tap into their brain's self-funding potential and get back to mental wellness. Our first offering is a self-guided therapy that helps people transform distress into resilience independently without the help of a therapist. It incorporates a proprietary combination of assessment to tailor the app to user needs and preferences, binaural beats, and this light movement that affect the amygdala fear center at the center of the brain. We've completed a first pilot with the Cook County Department of Public Health that confirms ease of use, efficacy, and user demand. And 61% of the users who have used the app just once see a reduction of distress. We are growing an experienced and multidisciplinary team. Myself, I have spent the last 18 years launching products and businesses around the world. If you are an organization, small or very large, that employ or serve people suffering from distress and would like to help these people transform distress into resilience, I would love to hear from you. Thank you.
Okay, there's 3 people that you want to talk to, and not just to hear Marie's cool accent in person. We're about to see 3 more. These are folks that, as one of our presenters mentions, are trying to do what's right for those that have given so much. These are platforms and tools that can help all people and improve care and connectedness, but are specifically targeted at our seniors, trying to help them age in place, trying to improve their quality of life. Let's hear from them.
We need your help. Our healthcare system is failing our older adults. There are too many care gaps and not enough prevention. We see the results of this in too many visits to the hospital, too many days living in nursing homes, and too many shortened lives. These problems are often worse in rural communities like yours. We've lived this experience with our parents and in-laws. We created Embrace to be able to provide others with the preventive care we wish they had received. This is the I-35 bridge in Minneapolis. It demonstrates the catastrophic consequences of poor prevention. Problems were identified, but not fixed, and thus the collapse. Unfortunately, this happens every day in our healthcare system. Over 80% of older adults have 2 or more chronic diseases, yet we do little to slow the advance of these diseases until there is collapse, which results in a trip to the hospital. We designed personal prevention care to help older adults take the healthy actions to keep them out of the hospital and allow them to achieve what matters most, independent living and aging in place. Our local nurse practitioners work with the doctors in your community to develop care plans for the patients and then help the patients implement them. Our nurse practitioners have frequent phone calls with the patients to build relationships and to urge them to take the daily actions that end up in great results. We also provide home monitoring equipment to track vitals. And our pharmacist provides consultations and oversees the delivery of medications to the home. Our nurse practitioner has frequent communications with doctors, family caregivers, and social service agencies to make sure all the care gaps are plugged. All these services are covered by Medicare, usually with no cost to the patient. Personal prevention care benefits all stakeholders. Patients stay out of the hospital and enjoy active lives. Doctors get expert prevention help to provide better care for their patients. Communities have active, more vibrant older adult populations, and payers see improved health outcomes at lower costs. Startup is quick and easy. We already have 36 qualified nurse practitioners who want to work with us in Kansas. The next step is identifying doctors in your community that want to work with us too. If you want to change the status quo of older adult healthcare, we want to work with you to make that happen. And we can do it at no cost to your organization. Join us to provide what matters most to those who have given us the most. Thank you.
Rock and roll, yeah. Come on, and you don't stop. Come on, and you don't stop.
We are Televeda, a platform used by organizations to foster social connectedness and improve community mental health. We started this company because our team has lost loved ones to Alzheimer's, suicide, and substance abuse. And we noticed one commonality: loneliness. Today, there is considerable literature that links social isolation with a host of physical and mental ailments. And so our team's focus is to work with community-based organizations such as nonprofits, catering to vulnerable audiences, public health systems, and governments to accessibly deliver live events. Since 2018, we have delivered over 4,000 live events, all the way from intimate yoga sessions to private support groups and to world record-setting bingo live streams, and everything in between. The problem is pretty serious. There's a whole list of reasons why members are unable to attend community organizations in person, and these were reasons prior to the pandemic. This problem is worse today, especially in rural areas. Secondly, it's not easy for providers to provide programs in person, virtual, and hybrid. While not rocket science, it is death by 1,000 paper cuts, especially for overwhelmed organizations who are dealing with so much already. And that's where Televeda comes in. We are an end-to-end platform that includes an ecosystem of expert services, accessible software, and data reporting that makes the experience really easy for providers to send out their programming and for older adults and other individuals to easily access those resources. And so this is our big, bold vision for 2022. Imagine, if you will, an interconnected Kansas. Community organizations are able to cross-pollinate their resources and effectively complement and supplement their various support groups, smoking cessation programs, and nutritional resources amongst each other so that programming and resource allocation is more efficient. In case you're wondering, how are we going to pull this off? Well, this year, Televeda is proud to have established some amazing hardware and broadband partnerships with access to new federal and state programs for broadband inclusion. So if your organization is interested in broadband inclusion and to hit the ground running, let's talk. Thank you.
I'm Christopher Jew, co-founder of Caregivers Insight. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. Targeting caregivers, our application allows them to track health trends, see health problems sooner, and alter daily care routines. We're solving the problem of reactive care that's caused by the paper forms they use for documentation. It's the only tool they have, but it's not very useful. These subjective summaries they write down doesn't provide guide for ongoing care, and you can't share it. But more importantly, you can't see trends on these forms. And if you can't see trends, you're receiving reactive care. My father's 4th hospitalization in less than 2 years was heartbreaking because it was preventable. His caregivers used forms, didn't see the problem until it was too late, until he needed another hospitalization. Using this application on at least 3 different occasions, his caregiving team saw that he was on the path to dehydration very early, took action, and prevented another hospitalization. Now, his health scenario isn't unique. Trending health issues that turn into hospitalizations happens to everyone, at home, with a spouse, with a caregiver, at living facilities, but many of them are preventable. our application empowers caregivers to see health issues sooner and alter daily care routines. Caregivers answer diagnosis-based questions with pre-selected answers. The answers are then transformed into easy-to-see graphs that you can share. With so many health insights, you can now see and treat health issues sooner and prevent the dreaded hospitalization. Priced between $5 and $11 per patient per month, it's affordable to everyone. We've seen the benefits of our app. Mainly, it's been a guide for caregivers to issue important problems. And it also reduced the amount of time preparing for doctors and hospital visits. But more importantly, improves the quality of life for the loved one, while caregivers face fewer stressful emergencies on their watch. We'd love to validate some key benefits that our application now allows providers to strategically deploy the right staff at the right time where they're needed, allows them to treat more patients, and that our faster input and improved workflow creates more time for caring. Combined, it reduces the stress on the entire ecosystem of care, from families to physicians to facilities. For payers, case managers can see much more information about their patient and treat them more effectively, allows them to treat more, and that it prevents the unnecessary and costly doctor and hospital visits. If you're a provider of care, or a payer, or a health department, let's validate the value of Caregivers Insight.
Okay, we're at the halfway point of those, and it's moving quickly. And I'm noticing something. I'm supremely grateful to all of you. You're clearly so busy texting and connecting with others that you're not eating. But I want to give you permission to nosh a bit. First of all, because I would hate to waste all that lovely and delicious food. But also, most of your tables are entrepreneurs, and they starve people. So you are keeping them. They're just too polite to get the food before you do. So I want you to start grabbing some food while you take a look at these next 3 videos. And really, these next 3 teams, you think about all of the things that contribute to your health, and a lot of them are your own decisions, your own habits, your own behaviors. And you think, okay, fine, why can't people just improve their behavior? Why can't I just improve my behavior? Well, the answer is you need help. And these next providers are doing all they can to help provide you and the folks you serve a basis for better habits, better behaviors, and healthier lives. So let's roll them.
You win!
Hello, I'm Rebecca McKinnon, and I'm here representing the Soulfire Health team today. I grew up on a family farm here in Kansas, and some might say that my heart never left. We were a family that worked hard and played hard, and we understood the value of nutrition in our life. But the fact is, America has changed, and our habits have become distorted. Did you know 42% of Americans gained greater than 27 pounds during the pandemic? The problems are well known. We see it in the health system. 7 chronic diseases impact more than 100 million people a year and greater than $1 trillion in healthcare costs. The root causes are well known: nutrition, exercise, quality food, and more. That's why the Soulfire Health team built this proprietary digital content distribution platform available for people working within the communities for healthy living and healthy behaviors. The markets we serve include health coaches, schools, nurses, health departments, employers, and community development. And we didn't just do this alone. NCS Catalog brings 25 years of experience in nutrition education materials, and our new partner, Thorne Health Tech, offers us in-home tests for our health professionals to have that additional information about certain conditions. How does it work? Our subject matter experts, dietitians, work with digital designers to create appealing digital formats that get loaded on the platform, then get sorted, tagged, and placed into Journey's toolkits in the general library. The end result is a flexible solution for vibrant communities. If you aren't sure yet how you would use Soulfire Health, think of that newsletter or the digital campaign a handout, or everybody needs some healthy tidbits on their website. But for those people working one-on-one, either in classroom experiences or with a coach, we have digital tools for all professionals. We have an incredible team. Many of them are here this week, and we hope that you will reach out and ask someone on our team how we can help your community move to healthy living and healthy behaviors. Thank you.
Let me get it like wow. It's like right now.
If there's one thing that we can all agree on, it's that it's hard to get kids to eat veggies. And you're not alone. 9 out of 10 children don't eat the recommended amount of vegetables in the US. And since the pandemic, kids are getting pickier. Now, why does it really matter? Well, poor diet can lead to poor health and chronic disease, which can be really expensive and lead to a poor quality of life. But it doesn't have to be all that bad. The good news is that it's largely preventable, especially when we can start young. And that's where I come in. I'm Erin Kroom, co-founder of Small Bites Adventure Club. Our mission is to help children discover, eat, and love fruits and vegetables. We create turnkey tools that make it easy for children to try and love new foods, because we believe when children have an opportunity to create new recipes, try hands-on cooking, they're more likely to not just eat and love new foods, they adopt healthy habits for the rest of their life. We've got an incredible team. We've got a registered dietitian, a certified chef, an educator, and even a farmer. Here's how it works. First, we identify a partner that works with a group of children ages 4 to 12. Maybe it's a child care program, an after-school program, or even a school classroom. Next, we work directly with the teacher to onboard them through our digital platform. This is important because teachers and educators are going to be the point person for this program. Then we begin sending recipes. Every month is a highlight of a new vegetable or fruit. It includes step-by-step instructions that make it really easy for anybody to lead a food education class. And also, we get the families engaged. The kids get stickers on them that say, "I tried it," that bring parents to ask, "What did you have at school today? Why are you eating kale now?" Also, take-home recipes and email templates that teachers can save. And finally, report cards, because we love sharing impact. Organizations can share fruit and vegetable exposure that kids experience, food preferences, and increase in fruit and vegetable consumption with our community and partners. We've worked with over 50,000 kids across Georgia in the last 4 years, and we are so excited about bringing this program to Kansas. So what's next? Well, we'd love to work with you. If you've got a child care program or after-school program, or you've got partnerships with grocers or delivery services, please come talk to us. My name is Erin Kroom with Small Bites Adventure Club. Thank you.
Going through changes and face the strain. Changes. Don't tell them to grow up.
I'm Robert Feeney, the Chief Vision Officer of Knowledge as a Service. We're based here in Wichita, Kansas. Our software solution, Ringarang, empowers people to take on new behaviors. And these are behaviors they want to take on, but people often believe that they don't have the time and resource to do it. This technology was born out of personal tragedy. When I lost both of my brothers to suicide after years of them struggling with their mental health. And it sent me on a quest. It was a quest for the key to behavior change. Like, how does a person take on a new behavior that makes their life work regardless of circumstances? I met my business partner, B.W. Barkley. He's a Wichita native. He invented an approach to engaging people on a path to habit formation. And I was like, that's it, habit formation. So together we took a software from prototype all the way through clinical trials with the US Department of Energy. We went out to the public. We were empowering people like you and me to take on energy-saving behaviors. We worked with national laboratories and universities, and we proved that a software can empower people to take on desired behaviors at scale. So here's how it works. There are 3 components to Ring-A-Rang. There's the map, there's the journey, and then there are milestones. So how you build the map in Ring-A-Rang is you target the behaviors. But rather than starting where your people are and trying to get them to learn a bunch of stuff, we found that doesn't get them there. Instead, start with the behaviors and reverse engineer those through habit formation. Identify attitude, skill, and knowledge habits, and that's your map. And in our software, it's a drag and drop simple process. Then you engage your people on a journey over time. But for just 1 minute at a time, every so often, you bring them back to their mobile device or their PC in a way that's fun and it's incentivized and it's social. And with enough familiarity, people start to try out new behaviors that they otherwise wouldn't. And you get to watch all of this in real time. That's the 3rd component, the milestones. You're watching predictive, actionable data come through that you use to adjust your map as you go until those behaviors are established. Clinics use this technology in mental health and addiction treatments. Global enterprises offer it to their employees to increase sales or decrease non-compliance incidents, to make sure that change programs actually stick. So if you're responsible for a community of people or employees at some scale, we're excited to show you how Ring-A-Rang can empower you to empower them.
All right, home stretch, guys. Our last 3 presenters, the real theme to what these guys do is they help folks in our community help themselves and help each other. Community health and vibrancy is about economic opportunity, it's about financial stability, and what that contributes to their ability to live full, contributory, happy lives. So we will see these last 3 presentations.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hoskins, co-founder and CEO of Duddle. Duddle is a cloud-based software that enables organizations to automate discounts, financial assistance programs, and negotiations for overdue customer invoices. Every year, 85 million Americans struggle to pay at least one of their bills, and the process is very painful for the organizations. It relies heavily on third-party debt collections agencies who are inefficient and expensive, as well as notoriously aggressive. It's also a very stressful, confusing, and time-consuming process for patients as well. And medical debt is a growing problem. So each year, 40% of patients call in to negotiate their bills. For a large healthcare system, this can represent $600,000 in call center expenses just answering and directing those calls. You're also less likely to see your provider, so it's a barrier to healthcare. You're 2.5 times less likely to see your provider if you owe them money. And the bills are not exorbitant hospital bills. The majority of bills are less than $500, and these patients typically have insurance. The problem is that the patient portion of the bill is growing. It's grown 50% over the last 5 years as the costs shift more to the patients through higher deductibles, copays, and coinsurance. And 35% of all people are eligible for financial assistance. Most don't know, and only 50% ever access that help. So Duddle works in 3 easy steps. We work with our clients to determine which patients to invite, and we automate that process through customized parameters. We then streamline any discounts, financial assistance, or negotiations to reach a new amount that's owed. We can then help connect the patients to a payment platform that includes over a dozen methods to pay, including traditional ways like in-person, over the phone, or payment plans, as well as innovative ways like crowdfunding directly to the organization or borrowing from friends and family. It's significant impacts for the individual. They are extremely grateful to their providers for enabling a payment plan or access to the financial assistance. And most are surprised that they do qualify for such discounts. There's significant impacts for the organizations as well. You'll see an improved customer experience. You'll also see an increase in revenue as we provide patients with easier and a variety of ways to pay. There's also a decrease in your expenses. Duddle is a fraction the cost of the aggressive debt collectors, And there's a decrease in your overhead as we move a lot of those calls out of the call center into the platform. There's a huge community impact as well as people avoid being sent to debt collections agencies and having their credit destroyed. So we have 2 pilot opportunities, financial assistance automation or the full workflow that also includes the payment platform. There's no minimum commitments or contracts. And if you are an organization that would like to improve your patient experience while optimizing your revenue, please reach out today. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Quest from Kadogo, where we make it easy for your organization to impact your community. We make it very easy for your organization to not only give, but to save on your taxes at the same time. Did you know that over 71% of businesses cannot optimize their taxes without using a giving account from a foundation, a trust, or a donor-advised fund? All of these are very hard to manage and start. It's time-consuming, you lack control, and limited options on how to grow the fund. At Kadogo, we have created a new innovative solution that makes it easier for people to give away money. Customers go and shop at their favorite retailers and local brands. These retailers and brands provide cashback rewards that are matched by the employer. The money from the employer and the retailer and brand is then donated to their favorite nonprofit, where the nonprofits receive information on what employer matched the money and what retailer and brand provided the funds. Now the nonprofit can plan a larger event in the future with the retailer and the employer for larger give back events. We help you to maximize your funding through easy campaigns. You incentivize your donor through hyper-local retailers and brands where they earn cashback rewards. You receive the funding along with valuable information. From there, we allow the individuals to donate their cashback rewards to their favorite nonprofit. They can donate their spare change, whether it's an add-on or a roundup. They can also do one-time donations and reoccurring donations. And the best of all, workplace matching. We have some very awesome customers like Kauffman Foundation, YMCA, and Build On, to name a few. Now, as a social enterprise, Kadogo is on the mission to make sure that everyone can change the world by donating other people's money. Thank you.
My name is Tyler Hun, and I'm the co-founder of Spare Time. And our entire business is built around the idea of supporting local. And we do this by supporting the micro businesses that exist within our own communities. I'd like you to take a second and really think about all the micro businesses that you personally know in your area. Whether it's the guy who mows your lawn, the family member who sells arts and crafts, or even the farmer who sells fruits and vegetables on the side of the road. Now I'd like you to take a second and really think about all of the businesses that you might not actually know exist. And keep in mind that 85% of these micro businesses are only discovered through word of mouth. So how many have you actually talked about lately? And this actually proved to be a problem for people like my mom and my aunt, who had trouble having their businesses be found by people outside of friends and family. And it turns out that this was a problem affecting dozens of others in my own personal hometown. This is just a small list of just a few of the businesses listed in my own hometown. We have people offering services like guitar lessons, dog walking, childcare providing, custom baking, and even Tagalog tutoring. And it doesn't end there. Across the country, we have hundreds of unique and exciting businesses that have decided to list their services on Spare Time. Things amazing like eggnog making or professional hugging, licensed therapists. And all of these businesses have decided to list their services on Spare Time because of two main reasons. One, we give them the tools they need to really grow their business. And two, because we make it really easy. In 5 minutes or less, you can actually have your profile made, have your business listed, and start being able to interact with people in your local area. And these businesses love to use Spare Time because not only do we help them be discovered, but we give them a contract and escrow payment system to use for free. We give them secure profiles that they can really start to build a reputation in their communities. We give them true ratings and reviews, secure communication channels so they don't have to share private details and information, and even a new way to network within their own local area. 91% of people would be willing to support local if it was made easy, yet only 56% of people do. That is why Spare Time is on a mission to really close that gap and help more money be spent locally in our own areas, in our own communities. If you're a community organization looking to expand business opportunities and help more money be spent locally, we want to work with you to introduce Spare Time into your communities and help the micro businesses there really grow and thrive.
Okay, guys, doesn't that sound like the next us we want in the state of Kansas? We want to support each other. We want to live healthier. We want vibrant communities that can band together and create better habits, help those who are least able to help themselves with tools that meet them where they are. So what we're going to do next is introduce you to the folks that are willing to do this first. And those are the pilot partners that I've had the privilege of working with over the past few months. We had 119 applicants for this contest this year. And they helped us narrow it down to these 12, these most promising solutions that can add value for our state. And they're going to lead the way today by standing up here in front of you and saying, all right, we're going to give some of these a try. We're going to pilot them in our communities. We're going to use them to make our towns, small towns mostly around the state, better, healthier, stronger, more vibrant. So I'm going to introduce them in order, but first I want to say thank you. We helped find these partners, not only through Virginia Barnes and the Blue Health Initiative and the network around the state that she's formed with Blue Cross Blue Shield, but we also have the partnership of Network Kansas that have, through their e-communities around the state, really helped us find thinkers, movers, connectors, future-minded communities that are ready to innovate around some of their communities' tough problems and big challenges. And we're thankful so much. I also want to mention Janae Talbot with the Russell Regional Hospital isn't with us here today, but she was along our journey up till now. They're not quite ready to pick their pilots, but they will be continuing along with these finalists over the next few months. But I wanted to give a shout out to Russell Regional Hospital and their staff that spent time with our startups. But here in the room, we have 5 awesome pilot partners that have dedicated their time, have reached out into their communities to find how and through whom these great projects could be implemented. And they're going to share some news and share some energy and hopefully get you guys excited about what can happen in your community. So first, I'm going to count on Katie Eisenhower. Scott City, get up here from Scott County, Kansas.
Good afternoon, everyone. Don't be nervous, there are 3 pages here, but I write like a serial killer, so there you go. Took that straight from a movie, didn't I? Hi, I'm Katie Eisenhower. I'm the Economic Development Director, and it's my job to grow Scott City, a town of 4,000, a county of 5,000. We're vibrant, we're on fire, and we need people, and we need new business. So, it is with my honor to be here. To be a pilot partner is an extraordinary experience. It's a little fearful, I will tell you that. Narrowing it down from 119, she lied just a hair, we got 40. So, but they're all fantastic, and they bring a lot to the party. But I am grateful to Network Kansas, Eric Peterson and his group. Eric recommended us. Eric's my biggest funding partner in the state. And when Eric says, Katie, I'm recommending you for something, that's code for go get it done. So thanks to Eric, to Kansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Virginia, you're just amazing. And Dennis, you too. Thanks for your participation in this. And of course, to NXTS. You rock, sister. Last year, it was a whirlwind. We were understanding I couldn't understand the opportunities, convincing my stakeholders at home was tough, but ultimately, we were number 4 to the table for the Blue Cross Blue Shield grant, which meant I got nada. And then I had a hard time convincing my partners at home. So we just stayed engaged with everybody over this past year, and I came packed for bear this year. So I was first this year to say that we're ready to roll, and I'm dang proud to say that. Scott City is a little bit unique. We are an All-America City out in western Kansas, only one of 2 in the 80-year history of the All-America City that is designated, or it's an award given by the National Civic League. All-America cities are not necessarily the cutest little town, the friendliest little town, the cleanest little town. They are towns that are assessing how they're taking care of their citizens. And so we had to do a gut check of ourselves to make sure that we were looking at the weakest in our town to see how we can be better. And so I'm proud to be in All-America City, but I'm more proud of Wichita, Kansas for being a 5-timer. Congratulations to you. I tell you all of that because when we're talking about helping all of the citizens in our community, you can see how these founders have projects that are aimed at the weakest in our communities. And we're only going to be as strong as the weakest citizen in our community. If we don't help them elevate themselves, we lose as a town. So with that, I have an announcement to make. We are choosing in Scott City to pilot with Televeda. Woohoo! We are going to do this at the community level. We'll be involving the Arts Commission, the Rec Commission, the museum, the chamber, the city, the county, and economic development, among others. We're also going to bring our friends across the rest of the state because Televeda has decided that we can all be like Televeda, Kansas. And so we're going to grow that for the rest of you. Also, we are going to commit, because I have a nonprofit in Scott City called Stepping Up Ministries through our First Baptist Church that is a faith-based drug addiction, alcohol treatment program to get folks in recovery and back on track in their lives. So to help Pastor Kyle Evans, we're going to work with Pursue Care, Vincier, Soulfire, and Akesa. On a private level and personal pilot, I'll be working with the guys at Caregivers Insight, with my own parents and their nurse. And we're gonna pilot it for them and see how it works. So, we'll be making referrals for everybody else in the room. I was joking today, but it's a terrible statement. But I said, none of you are dead to me. So, but I mean it, because we're going to work with all of you in some way. I'm going to refer Dettel to the chamber and Tyler to Spare Time to the chamber. I'm going to refer Kadogo to our community foundation. Compass Behavioral Health is going to hear from Akesa again, and we're going to chat with the physicians at my clinic for embrace and prevention care. The health department is going to hear all about small bites, and we're going to continue to work with Robert and Ring-a-Rang, because I know there's something in there, but we're going to have to work harder at making it so that small towns can do it. Congratulations to each of you. You're rock stars. It's an honor for me to be in the room with you. Wichita, make this happen. You people or anybody who's in Wichita, who's anyone, you can make things happen. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Leanne, you have to follow that. Leanne Seiler from Hodgman County. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome her up here.
Thanks, Katie, for setting me up. My name's Leanne Seiler, and I currently serve as the Hodgman County Economic Development Director. My community, we're lucky enough, we participated in this last year, too. And last year we worked with Televeda. It was an amazing experience. We were really excited. We didn't know if we'd get to be able to do it again this year, and we're really excited that we have. I'm still, even the second year, just really blown away by all the cool, innovative businesses we heard of. Their thought processes, the way they look at, they might be set up for someone larger than us, but they're willing to talk to us and make this work for a real community. Honestly, if you just kind of stop and look around, and I hope this is okay to say this, but it's a Marcy Pinner word, but everybody in this room are GSD people. And if you know it. So these are the people that get shit done and move Kansas forward. And I'm grateful to be here and get to talk to you about it. Now, Mary Beth gave us a really hard 2 minutes, and I want to honor that. Last year, we worked with, Televeda, and we also wanted to work with Dettel, but we had a change in hospital administrators, and it didn't work out. So this year, we're going to continue that. We're going to work with Dettel. I actually want to work with all 12 people, but I know that time is, we're not going to be able to do all that in 1 year. So the list that we have current people that are willing to move forward with are Small Bites, Soulfire, Pursue, and then there's 3 more that we just want to find out a little more with and partner them with someone in our community. But thank you.
Okay, I'm trying to be faster. Okay, Travis Rickford, one of our new pilot partners from Live Well, Northwest Kansas. He comes here speaking on behalf of a region of the state that's looking forward and looking to really conquer some of the issues that have been troublesome. Travis, come on up.
Good afternoon. One evening as I was getting ready to leave work, I got this email from, I can't remember if it was Mary Beth or Virginia, inviting me to be a part of this group. And I sat there and scratched my head and I was like, okay, how is this going to work? And I'll tell you what, I just want to thank you, Virginia, and thank you, Mary Beth, for reaching out and inviting me to be a part of this incredible opportunity. I will tell you, as I was thinking about, as a nonprofit leader, we're always thinking about how we can better build capacity in our regions. And one thing that has been very special to me, and one thing that Live Well has been focusing, it's trying to find its space in, is mental health. And so when I became part of this competition, that was what I was really focusing on, is looking at how we as an organization could build capacity for mental health, and also how could we build the capacity of our residents to better support mental health efforts. And so I thought about that more, and I was really encouraged by the process that we went through to identify startups. And what was even more incredible, and I want to make sure everybody knows this, is I was really impressed by all the startups and their ability to work together to find out how they could integrate programs and help communities together. That was really encouraging to me, and I thank all of you for doing that. So with that, I'd like to announce who we're going to do our pilot with. As I was thinking about our pilots, I was thinking about, one, how can we provide a capacity to build strategies to address mental health and substance abuse in our region. And the first one that came to mind, and this happened when I saw their name on the Excel spreadsheet and all throughout this entire process, but that would be Pursue Care. We're really excited to join them in a pilot to bring services to Northwest Kansas that currently do not exist. And secondly, as I mentioned earlier, communities are responsible in Northwest Kansas and many rural areas for addressing these hard issues related to mental health. it wears on me to see families in Northwest Kansas crumble every day under the duress of working through substance abuse disorder or a behavioral mental health condition. And I was really excited about the opportunity to introduce my second partner, which is Marie with the Case of Health. Again, just watching and participating in the program, watching the demos, and seeing how this could be a real benefit for rural communities is really exciting. So again, thanks to all the startups, thanks to NXTSTAGE, thanks to Blue Cross, thanks for everything and being part of this work.
Awesome. I feel like I'm in one of those commercials. But wait, there's more. Each of our partners are reaching out to do even more in their communities, and that's so gratifying. The next person that's going to tell us what they're up to, Jody Hayner. Where'd you go? Jody, there? Okay, Jody Hayner, coming to us from the Healthy Bourbon County Action Team.
Good evening, I'm Jody Hayner with the Healthy Bourbon County Action Team, and our mission is to increase access to physical activity, healthy foods, promote tobacco cessation, enhance quality of life, and encourage economic growth. If that sounds exactly what the Blue Cross Blue Shield Pathways slogan was in 2016, it's because it's what it was. We ripped off and stole it. Yes. So, and it is a mouthful too, so maybe we should have thought that through. This has been a wonderful experience. Again, Virginia is absolutely wonderful to work with. I'm glad that they gave us our name in the hat to be a part of this. It is so energizing being around all of these innovators and entrepreneurs who just get it. They understand it. They want to be a part of the solution. They understand it. And it's just been a whirlwind of the last 2 or 3 days. And it's just, I found so much meaning and value behind it. So thank you so much to Mary Beth and to Nexus for putting this on. So we have committed to, at the Healthy Bourbon County Action Team, we found value in for everybody that we talked to, but we're going to commit to Soulfire, their ability to put together such a comprehensive library of information and resources is something that I've never been able to see before. So we're really looking forward to working with Soulfire. We're also going to commit to working with Small Bites. Very exciting to think outside the box and increase access to healthy foods there. And then we like to commit a lot. So we're going to commit to Spare Time because I am super excited about Spare Time and supporting women entrepreneurs in our space. So we are starting to breach out a little bit into the housing type of work and seeing how we can address housing. So we're going to continue thinking outside the box and working with Kadoga and working with them on how we can use that platform to get people into home ownership, with also including a financial literacy component with that, with the mentoring and things like that with that. So I'm very excited about that. And last but not least, we're excited to connect Embrace and caregivers and Akisa to some really great community partners that we have in Bourbon County and Crawford County too. Thank you.
Okay, for our last pilot partner, I'm going to invite the team from Thrive Allen County. I think Liz is their spokesperson, but the team really worked as an integrated group throughout this year's process, and they are another returning pilot partner. We're so excited to hear what they have to say.
Hello, everyone. As Mary Beth said, my name is Lissa, and I am joined tonight with two of my most fabulous team members. I have Jessica Thompson, my Deputy Director of Thrive Allen County, and Jonathan Gearing, my Director of Economic Development, who have been able to join me, and honestly, let me be honest, lead this process that I've been able to join them on throughout this journey. Thrive Allen County is a health, wellness, and economic development organization located in southeast Kansas. Allen County is our primary focus, as that is our home, but we are so lucky to be able to work with rural areas across the state of Kansas. We believe that a rising tide lifts all boats, and we are creating a rural rising. And with that, we are creating more healthy, equitable, and thriving rural communities. Tonight, we are thrilled and honored to be back, as Mary Beth said, for a second year as a pilot organization. We want to thank Mary Beth and the NXTS team for inviting us back to be able to engage with such innovative founders. We also want to thank Blue Cross Blue Shield for their continued support of this really important initiative. So tonight, we are really happy to be able to announce that we currently found within our budget at Thrive funding to start working immediately with 5 of the founders that are here tonight. That's thanks to this team, I just want to say that. So first, we want to call out Small Bites Adventure Club. Aaron's over there. Next is Soulfire. Pursue Care. Acasa Health. And we are going to continue the partnership we began last year with Televada. But that's not all. We are also going to continue the conversation with 6 additional founders where we are going to continue to make sure that they are partnered with the right people in our community, and we are going to find the funding streams to bring them on to make sure that they are successful in our community. And those 6 founders are Ringarang, Caregivers Insight, Embrace Prevention Care, Kadogo, Vincere Health, and Spare Time. So Jonathan reminded me that last year when we got up here and spoke with all of you, we said, oh my goodness, all of these founders are so amazing, they're so cool, we wish we could find a way to take them all home with us. And this year, guys, we got this close to making sure that that happens. So next year, we hope to be able to come back and pull them all in to bring them back to Allen County and the rest of the rural communities in Kansas. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're so excited.
Okay, we're running some tables here. I just want to thank you guys so much for your time today. If this were like the Emmys, you would have every single one of our competitors walking out with a trophy or 2 or 3 or 4, and that just shows you the kind of momentum that we can gain. If you can expose your organizations, your communities, the people for whom you care, the connections you have around this state, to entrepreneurs and innovators like this, we can create momentum for a step change in how we attack some of Kansas's challenges to community health and to vibrancy. I want to thank everyone who's supported this program. I want to thank all of you for being here and for connecting from this point forward. Please adjourn to the bar. Meet these wonderful folks who had the cool walk-up songs and sat and waved to y'all. Have a wonderful evening.